Oh, I'm back with another live stream. The last one didn't go all that great because I couldn't get the camera working. So hopefully you can see me if you're watching. I don't know if anyone's watching this live yet. I'm going to quickly click onto YouTube just to make sure it looks all good. It does. It looks like it's actually using my proper camera, which is great. It used the iPhone last time. So if you want to ask any questions, you can ask some questions on the side. I can see all of the questions there. So if you're joining me live, even throughout this video, please ask some questions. Of course, I only announced this yesterday, and it's mainly because I want to test out some new streaming software. I'm using a bit of software called Melon, so let me know if it goes well. Hey Daniel, hope you're well. Evening to you. Sorry if I keep looking off the screen, it's because the camera's in front of me and the Mac is here. So hey John, how are you doing? Have I tried Ionity charging? Ionity, yes I have, quite a few times actually, and it's pretty good actually. It works really well. So today's video, I just thought I'd introduce it. As I say, I'm trying, hey Owen, I'm trying out a new bit of streaming software. So what I can do is things like do little overlays and stuff. So I thought part one of this video is going to be questions about the Model 3 and the Model Y that I got to test drive. I don't know if many of you got to see that video I did, but I thought I'd answer some questions on the Model Y, as I know a lot of you are getting the Model Y or you're thinking of getting one. And then part two, business. We can talk business questions. I can tell you a bit about the business buckle and band that I've just launched, and that's going to be part of the channel, showing you how I've sort of started a business from scratch. So just let me know as well in the comments, could you see those little graphics okay? Because as I say, this is the first time I've used this piece of streaming software. I'm really trying to up the game so it's a bit better than doing it on my iPhone. So it'd be great to hear from you all. Hey Owen, hey Darren, hey Alex, hope you're well. Let's have a look. So let's get started on the Tesla stuff. So Alex, I can see you've got a question there already. Thoughts on whether you're getting lag jittering with the M3 reversing camera, even the new update, you're having a nightmare with it. Actually, I do, and it's not terrible, but I do have an issue where I've noticed where there's definitely lag. So if I'm reversing, the sensors are beeping, and then I have thought there's a possibility I could crash into the back here because it's not instant, is it? There is a little bit of lag, so I think you do have to be very careful with that. Hey Sully, good to have you on board as well. So first of all, let's kick it off with talking about the Model Y. I'll keep an eye on any questions. So let's talk about the Model Y first. I recently went for a test drive at the Trafford Centre in Manchester for the Tesla Model Y, and I think a lot of people who saw that video thought it was a kind of a private invite from Tesla, but it wasn't. They actually send these out to all customers. So if you own a Tesla, or if you're part of their mail list where you've gone to test drive a car before, keep a look, and especially in your spam, because as soon as they have the Model Ys in different areas around the country, you're going to be able to test drive one as well. So hey Darren, you want to order a Model Y, and you don't want to order it until you know it's from Berlin with the better batteries and the other stuff rumored. Hey Mr. Man, hey Mark, how are you doing? Hey Daniel. So I'm going to just talk about the Model Y for a second, and then we'll get into these questions. So Daniel, keep that question. I might ask you to repost it because they're kind of flooding up a bit at the moment. Let's go back to the Model Y, the Berlin order. So I think I can post it. Can you guys see that? So I think I can post someone's question live as they come in. So this is Darren. He wants a Model Y. Doesn't want to order it until he knows it's from Berlin. So the rumor is, of course, well, not the rumor. What's going to happen is Tesla are opening up a factory in Germany, and when they move from the European cars from from America to China, we saw a massive improvement in the paint quality, in the build quality, panel gaps. It all kind of disappeared. And obviously Germany being the home of Porsche, BMW, Audi, just their build quality is insanely good. So we're hoping that the Teslas are also going to have that build quality. So yeah, I kind of feel your pain a bit there, Darren. I think I would potentially wait. I mean, to be honest though, saying that said, the Model Y I test drove was perfect. There were no panel gaps. It was fine. I haven't had a real sort of bit of research into the batteries, if they're going to be that much better or not. I really don't know. But I know how you feel. You would also think as well the first ones coming off the production line are going to be like the best quality. The only problem is with Tesla, just like when I ordered mine, there's no indication of when it's coming from Berlin, and I imagine there'll be a mixture of Berlin and China. And I've heard a rumor that because we're right-hand drive and most of Europe is left-hand drive, we're going to continue to get the Chinese models, even though a lot of Europe are going to get the German models, and due to Brexit tariffs and everything else. So, you know, a bit of a tough one, but yeah, I can see that. Hey David, definitely a lag on the camera. On the Model Y, do both back seats tilt back slightly or just the right side you showed? Yeah, so actually all three tilt back a little bit. So it's not a lot, but when I was sitting in the back of it, I thought it was quite cool. You can just press the button and it goes back from like this to this, you know. So it's not huge, but if you are a backseat passenger and you're going on a long journey, it's definitely much more relaxing than being completely upright. So I thought that was pretty cool, to be honest. I really did like that. So Daniel, I'm going to come back to yours on that. David, you've got definite lag on camera. Are you guys seeing a lag on your reversing cameras as well? Let me know. Also, in terms of the Model Y, David's put, this is big for me because it helps him with his kids on the back seat. How do you guys feel about the Model Y? You know, before I first saw one, I just saw some photos and I did just think, I just thought it looked like a chunky Tesla Model 3. I didn't think it really looked that good, to be honest. But actually seeing one in real life, the proportions look much better than they do in a photo, weirdly. And I can see if you've got kids or you've got a business where you can't stuff about a lot, it's definitely an improvement for those areas because you can fit a lot more stuff in. You could put a pram in without taking it down. You could put a bike in without unfolding it. So it's definitely an improvement. Obviously with the Model Y, you do lose a little bit of range because it's just a little bit heavier, but essentially everything inside the Model 3 is sort of in the Model Y. So it does feel like the same car. A lot of people have said, I wouldn't want because it feels completely different. To be honest, it doesn't really feel any different at all, other than you're sitting slightly higher up. Everything else is exactly the same from a sort of a driving perspective. The ride was a little bit louder, I would say that actually. I did notice when I got back into the Model 3, and I didn't really put this on the video, is that the Model 3 is a little bit quieter than the Model Y. So, you know, if that's something you're worried about, it's not a huge deal breaker, but it's definitely there. New question from Chris. Mark, I've just ordered a Model 3 and Tesla are stating a May delivery date. Was your Model 3 delivered on time? So, no, not really. It was, I think I ordered mine December year before last. And I think originally it said end of January, early Feb, and I didn't get it until the middle of March. Now, to be honest, I was quite grateful that happened because that delay was because some of the cars were going to be shipped from China. So I actually got a made in China model, which I was really grateful for, because I don't know if you've seen some other YouTube channels. There's a great channel called Red Rocket, and he had a Tesla, and I know he had lots of paint problems with his and took that back in. I saw another channel, guy with the blue Tesla, same problems again, and it all seems to be a Fremont car issue. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. So I was quite glad actually I got the made in China. So yeah, it was a little bit delayed. I have heard, Chris, as well, because of obviously the chip shortages and things, that there are some extra delays. But overall, it was okay. David, your review on the Model Y was good. Thank you. So in terms of that video, I only actually had it for about 45 minutes. So originally I was told I'd have it for an hour. So I'd kind of planned out an hour of filming inside the car and an hour just going for test drives. And I literally had to just run around and kind of do my initial impressions. We got to sit in another car that we couldn't drive for a long time, so I could actually see what everything felt like and looked like and get the opinions, obviously, before we took it out. But that's why it was kind of definitely an initial impressions. I would love to have it for the weekend. Darren, did the Model Y you tested have a parcel shelf? No, it didn't, and it didn't have anything that separates the window, you know, so you could see through the window. I know it's tinted, but I didn't actually check to see if you would be able to see a bag through the glass, because that was something I was a little bit worried about. But you might be able to buy like an aftermarket version. Andrea ordered a Model 3 before Christmas. Delivery said March. I went with the black paint and white interior. How do I find the black paint? So I know paint's a huge topic on Tesla. And I actually commented on a Tesla group yesterday because Whenever there's any test paint coming off a Tesla, there's a real fanboyism where everyone blames the jet wash. Now, I've owned quite a few cars, all secondhand as well, so pretty old. I've jet washed them all, and I've never had paint come off my car. So I think there is definitely a Tesla issue. Of course, if you use a super, super powerful jet wash, it's going to take paint off any car. But we're talking about a Karcher home pressure washer. You know, that shouldn't take paint off. So I haven't actually had any problems in terms of the paint coming off like that. I have got a few stone chips though. I've got maybe 3 or 4. But I have done 10,000 miles, so I don't know, is it a paint issue problem, or would I have got these on any car? I don't know. And I've actually bought from ChipX some Tesla color black, so I'm going to do a video on retouching that, just in case you do get a stone chip and like me, you want to keep it looking nice. I've never done it before. I'm a bit worried I'm going to end up with blobs all over the car, but keep a lookout for that video. In terms of the white interior, by the way, absolutely love that. It's so bright and airy when you're driving around. I really do like the white interior. It hasn't got mucky at all. You can clean it with baby wipes quite easily, so no worries there. I don't have kids at the moment, so or pets, and I would worry about a dog on it, the black or the white seats, because they're that kind of vegan leather, a little bit thinner than genuine leather. So next question, let's go. David, how about the black wheels on the Model Y? I've got the 19-inch wheels on my Model 3 and don't like the Hankook tyres. What tyres did the black 20-inch wheels come with? I don't know, to be honest. I didn't check the tyres, to be honest. So sorry, David, I can't really answer that. I do like the black wheels. When I got my Model 3, I didn't like black wheels, which is one of the reasons why I went for the long range. But on the Model Y, I don't know why, I just think they look better on the Model Y than they do on the Model 3. I don't know why, it's just a personal thing, obviously. But yeah, I'll have to check the tyres. If you live near Manchester, by the way, David, or a Tesla service centre, they may have a Model Y in that you can just walk in and see. So it definitely might be worth doing. So David, paint is weak. Already got stone chips on the 2021 Model 3. How bad are they, David? Are they pretty bad? Andrea, what's the favourite thing about the Model 3? For me, there's a few things. Top is, I think, being able to heat it. I know this is a minor one, but being able to heat it before you get in the car. So when you see everyone else scraping the ice off the car and it's freezing when you get in, you can just open the app, you can turn it on, you can defrost the entire car, and you can just drive off straight away while you're eating your breakfast. Or if it's super hot in the summer, you can cool it down. I really love that. Autopilot, I do a lot of long journeys. I only have the basic autopilot package. And it's just, like any long journey, you're usually on stretches of motorways for like 50 miles. I go to Norwich, Cornwall, Middlesbrough, Chichester quite often, go to York tomorrow, and you can just put it on, boom, boom, and you can kind of relax a little bit. Obviously, you need your hands on the steering wheel, but you can definitely chill out a bit, and I love that. I do like the minimalism of the car as well. I think it's really cool, and I'm a bit techie, so I like that everything's on the screen, and you get games and fart noises and stuff. I kind of like that. I think it's pretty cool. The next question, Darren. I believe the Berlin version is going to have a parcel shelf, and it improves the road noise too. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Germans just make such good cars. I know I'm sort of stereotyping there, but I went to the Porsche factory and the Mercedes factory. Just we were there on holiday, so we had a look around, and just the attention to detail. I don't know the different brands and everything, but you would think they would probably take some people from those companies, and yeah, I could see that. Andrew, you've got 2 little spaniels. Be careful with those seats. What are the wheels like if you take the long range wheel caps off? So Darren, I've gone for the 19-inch sport alloys, so I can't take the hubcaps off. I know if you go for the standard wheels you can, and there's little black alloys behind them, but I've got the standard. The white interior on the Model 3. How did you feel driving the Model Y with black interior? I prefer white interior, if I'm honest. I've had a lot of cars with black interiors. I always wanted a red interior, to be honest, but no, I just like the airiness of the white interior, especially with the the glass roof. Love it, absolutely love it. Andrew, any phantom braking? Yes, a couple of times. It's definitely got better as the software updates have been released. But yeah, I have had it a couple of times. It's a bit scary when it happens, but I think it's happening less and less. Just definitely keep your hands on the wheel. Just even if they relax, just keep them there, and they're pretty good. Pretty good. Daniel's got a tiny stone chip forming on both back door seals. Car 2 months old. No one's been in the back. Got a Tesla Mobile SBC out tomorrow. Going to be there. Good luck with that, Daniel. Hope it goes well. Roy, hello Roy. Any plans on trying out other EVs to compare them a bit with the Tesla? Yeah, I would really love to actually. I would really love to. For me at the minute, like the Porsche Taycan is too far out of my budget, I think. But I would love to test drive one of those. I would also like to test drive the Model X. I've actually had a Model S for a week from Tesla. Wasn't a massive fan of the Model S, the older version, to be honest. But yeah, I would. I think that's the thing about me and my channel. It's a Tesla channel primarily, Tesla and business. And I love my Tesla, but unlike some where they just won't have a bad word said about the Tesla, I'm not like that. I think, the build quality is not as good as a Mercedes or a BMW. Like by build quality, I mean like the feel of when you shut the door, that nice sound you get. You don't get that with a Tesla, I'm afraid. You don't get it when the boot closes. There's little things that Tesla need to do to improve the quality. And I know they can do it. So that's why I'm going to keep mentioning it. And I think as well, if all you watch are videos where people just say everything's perfect and it's the best door shutting noise in the world, and I love how tinny the boot is when it closes, you're going to be disappointed when you get the car. So I'm not slamming. I'm not saying it's terrible. It's just some things aren't as good as other makers. And as you've got other car companies as well, like Ford and Renault doing cheaper EVs, I think it'd be great to cover those, to be honest. I really would. Chris, have you used chargers other than Tesla superchargers? If so, which charger was the easiest to use and had the best charging speeds? So yeah, I don't have a home charger at all. I've had the car for a year, no home charger at all. So I've completely relied on public charging, believe it or not. And weekly, I use BEV, which is kind of like a local to Manchester, slow 7 kilowatt hour charger that's dotted around the city. My home city of Norwich, they've got their equivalent there all over the place and in all the sort of big car parks. So I use that a lot. Instavolt, I think, is probably one of the best supercharger alternatives. They're usually pretty quick. They are a little bit expensive, but they work very well. You just plug in and you tap your card and you're done. The BP pulses are good, but I've had a couple of them fail on me. And I'd say pod points are very good as well, and usually very cheap. So there's a little near mine, and they have a little bakery. So I'll usually just pop in, grab some baked goods and some bin bags, and by the time I've come out, if I go in with the car at 40%, I come out 80-90% within 20-30 minutes. So I've been surviving on that, really, and that's what I like about an EV. Everyone say it's impossible to own an EV without home charging. I think it is some places in the country, but if you live nearer to a major city or you download PlugShare or ZapMap, it's actually not too bad because I just do the charging when I'm doing something else. So I'll park the car in the office, charge it while I'm at work, or I'll go to the supermarket and it'll be charging there. So it's not like I really think about it. I'm going to the supermarket anyway. I plug in and it's done. So yeah, pretty good. David, don't like the new software. How are you adjusting? I don't hate the new software. I think it's worse than it was before. It's not better, is it? It's got some nice elements, but they could have added the nice elements to the previous software. I don't like that they're moving buttons out of the way. I think software user interfaces should make things faster and easier, both or one or the other. And I think some of the things they've done in version 11 don't really do either. Dale, hey, how you doing, Dale? Why do we get different buttons than the American market? E.g., front defrost, they get blue, cool air for the first press, and then heated for the second. I don't know. I haven't noticed that. Maybe because maybe it might be different regions. Places like California can get extremely hot in the summer, or New York can get extremely hot in the summer, and extremely cold in the winter. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe something to do with that. Sorry, it's just crashing a little bit here. Don't have a home charger and manage fine too. Yeah, I think people in some of the Tesla forums make it a bigger deal than what it is. Obviously, ideally, if you can have a home charger, is going to be the easiest, right? But it's like, did you worry about not having a petrol station in your house when you had a petrol car? No, you just went and topped it up. And obviously you can top up in 5 minutes with petrol, but you also went to the supermarket, right? And you also went shopping for clothes, and you also went to work. So I would say just try and fit it in around those times, and generally you'll be okay. There's actually a lot of charges now. When I first got the car, there was barely any, and I was really worried about it. But now, honestly, I barely even think about it. I barely even plan the routes anymore, because I just know that unless I'm going somewhere really obscure, like somewhere in the middle of Cornwall, there's going to be charges everywhere. Even in Norfolk, where I'm from, it's very much similar to Cornwall, where it's just very rural and there's beaches everywhere and stuff. And there's hundreds of charges just everywhere. Every little cafe and every little beach place has at least a couple of charges. So it's been okay. Daniel, I'm a bit worried about getting to a destination that's not near a Tesla supercharger. I think you need to get over that. So yeah, Daniel, definitely recommend 2 apps, PlugShare and ZapMap. And what you can do is you can put in the destination of your hotel or wherever you're staying, and it will show you all of the different charges for your car. So you can put in, you've got a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, and it will show you all of the charges nearby and their speeds and reviews from people. So just really, really handy. So you may find you get to the hotel and there's actually a free charger there, or the town that you're near, there'll be a free fast charger, sometimes in like an NCP car park. So keep a look out for that, because it's also a great way of getting a bit of free charging as well. Cool. So let's go on to the next set of questions. So yeah, I mean, we've sort of delved into a bit of the Model 3 there. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, what if you own a Model 3, what's the things you love about it? What are the things you hate about it? Hate strong, I know. And if you don't own a Model 3, what are the things you're most looking forward to or most worried about? And maybe some of the other people who are watching now can help answer this as well. I'll put the things on the screen. Can someone comment as well? Are you seeing all of these? I've been putting the comments on the screen. Have you been seeing that okay? I've just thought, I don't know if it's just for me to view, but if someone could comment, can you see the comments from other people when I've been putting them up on the screen? Someone let me know. And then we can jump on to the next bit. I'm just going to also check on YouTube as well, because we've got this live. Looks all good on there. Thanks, Lupus. That's great. Cool. Okay, that's all good. Cool. So thank you for that. All comments are visible. Thank you very much, Paul. And Dale, auto windscreen wipers never seem to work when I need them. Yeah, definitely they are. They are without a doubt the worst feature on my car. Some people say they don't have problems at all. Mine, I don't think have ever worked properly ever. They in the summer, I'll be driving along, it's sunny, it hasn't rained for days, and they just start up boom, 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 and really fast and don't turn off. In the winter, the worst for me is when it's that kind of drizzly rain. So it's not full heavy rain, but it's, it sits in your windscreen within a second, and then you want the wipers to come on. Mine never works for that ever. So yeah, hate the wipers. They need to improve the wipers. Thanks, Owen. You can see the comments. Thanks, Paul. Cameron, are you tempted with the Model Y, and if so, which model? Not at the moment. I prefer the sportier look of the Model 3. I'll put your comment on there. I prefer the sportier look of the Model 3 for me at the moment. The Model 3 also has a lot of boot space. You've got the frunk, and you've got the cable part under the boot. And as I don't have kids yet, or pets, it's not really a big issue. It's just work things that I carry around that sometimes I'd like a bit more space for. But I think, yeah, when I have a family, I could see myself going to the Model Y. It's just, for me, I do a lot of driving, so it's the range and the speed a little bit. You lose a little bit of speed with the Model 3. So yeah, for me, Model 3 for me at the moment. Daniel, I have a Model 3 2021 red with white interior. Love everything about it. Great car. Shame I bought an electric as prices are going up and up. Yeah, I know. It does feel like that, doesn't it? It's I noticed that with the public chargers. When I first got it, every public charger was about 20 to 25p. Now, a lot of them are like 38, 40p. So I went to one and it was 60, and I worked it out, and I think the price was £41 for if I'd have done a full charge. And it's it's even now it's still not quite petrol, but you know, if you own a Tesla, you don't get anywhere near 360 miles in a long range. You get 280, 300. So, you know, I am thinking, you know, we are creeping up, aren't we? We are creeping up. I'd love one day to have solar panels and charge via that. Hey Roy, so I own an Ionic 5 in Norway. Very happy with it. Hello to Norway. Considered that Model 3, but the space was a struggle for the kids. The Y's too expensive. Value infrastructure is great here. Recommend a road trip. Yeah, I'd love to. I've been to Norway a couple of years ago we did like a family. You could do like a cruise and stop off at the fjords. Fantastic. Love Norway. And the Ionic 5. Someone's actually got one down the road from me, and I think they look really cool as well. I really like the design. I love the lights on the back. I haven't been in one yet, but I might knock on their door and have a little look. But yeah, I think you've made a great choice there. Really good. Darren, people say it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to fill the car, but you have to drive to the petrol station. If you have a charger at home, you can charge when you're doing something else, like sleeping. Yeah, 100%. That's what I don't understand. People who have the ability to have a home charger complain that EVs are still worse. I mean, what's better than waking up with a full tank every day that costs you a quarter of the price of petrol? I'm with you there. Owen, what are your overall thoughts about the Model X? Would you buy one or not? If not, what would you say is wrong with it? So I've never actually ever been in the Model X. I've seen loads about. There's a guy at the gym I know who's got one, and it looks great. I don't know if I've got it here. I'm a big fan of the film Back to the Future, so I like the gull-wing doors. I think that's the main reason I'd want one, just to play around with those. And I was kind of hoping they would do a bit more of a redesign on the outside. I feel like the Model S, and comment below, the Model S and Model X, even though they've updated them recently, still look a bit dated to me. So I think the Model Y looks better than the Model S, but I prefer, obviously, the Model X build quality. It's got the gull wing doors, but it's a lot of money, and £100,000 here. I don't know if I would justify that for one of those at the moment, if I'm honest. You hate the rear doors. Yeah, do you mean how they close and things? Yeah, mine are quite tinny, isn't it? I don't know if anyone else is quite tinny sounding when you close them. Does the Model 3 have a speed limiter? Yeah, so it kind of has a software one, and you can change it. So you can change it within software to be exactly the speed limit, a percentage or a percent amount of miles above it, or just turn it off completely. I don't know if it has a speed limit, all the way up to 200 miles an hour or whatever. I'm not sure on that one. My thoughts on the yoke in the Model S and Model X. It looks cool. I don't know if I'd want one, because I can just see myself going to grab space that's not there, or I just don't know how it can be safer than a round steering wheel. And it's like they literally have reinvented the wheel and made it a little bit worse. What I think is the worst thing I've seen, and I'm speaking to someone who had one in America, is that the buttons on the steering wheel are like they're not touch screen, but they are like, they don't have any there's no button. So you can accidentally press your thumb and then you suddenly indicate, or you beep the horn. And because of the yoke, he kept doing it. He said he kept indicating or beeping the horn. So yeah, I'm not a fan. I just wish, I wouldn't mind even if they did like I don't know if you've been in an Audi before. They have like a round one and it goes slightly flat along the top. They could have done something like that, so you at least get to grip it, the rear doors on the Model X. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I can see why people would hate them. For me, it's that nostalgia of Back to the Future, I think, why I like it. Benjamin, what do I think of the new software update? So I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it at all, to be honest. I think, I'm a fan of what they're trying to do. I just think they've made it worse than it was, if I'm completely honest. Okay, have I resolved the gap problem, which I posted about earlier in the week? Gap problem. On the boot. No, I think what it was, I've noticed on outside my house where I park on the street, there's a few bricks that kind of angle it up, and I think when the car's angled up, the actual boot sits lower down. So I think it's okay, actually. I think it's okay. Roy, something else I've wondered. How are you enjoying being a YouTuber? Easy to put out content and keeping it fresh. What are my ambitions? So good question. I think it's a nice one to sort of dive into more of the business side, the YouTube side. So yeah, I really do enjoy YouTubing. So I worked in TV before, just as a floor manager, and I've always been interested in camera gear, filming, editing, and I found that I just had nothing to edit for. You know, I could go on holiday and film, but I'd just be editing something for myself to watch. So originally when I started the channel, it was going to be a pure business channel, and then I purchased the Tesla, fell in love with the Tesla, thought I'd do 1 to 2 videos, and I've accidentally fell into it being a Tesla YouTube channel, to be honest. But I just enjoy making the content. I enjoy that you guys are enjoying the content as well. It's nice, you know, when you film something and you get a nice comment that just says, oh, I really wanted to know how to do that, or I really enjoyed the road trip, and please keep making them. You know, it sort of gives you a nice little boost to make them again. Obviously, it takes ages to edit a video, so if I'm doing one of the road trip videos, I'm filming it for days and days and days, and then it probably takes me a week or 2 to edit because I've got hours of footage, even though the final video is, you know, 10-15 minutes long. But I enjoy it. It's like a hobby for me, to be honest. And I'm not doing it really to make money or anything. It's just I enjoy filming and editing, and it gives me a hobby to do on the weekend when I'm not working. So yeah, I mean, if the channel goes somewhere, fantastic, to be honest. Great if any opportunities come out there. But yeah, I was planning to do a bit on the channel about YouTube in case anyone else wants to film. You know, I've got quite a bit of knowledge about filming and gear and stuff, so happy to help out anyone on that. Cool, keep it going, Mark. The videos are super helpful. Thanks very much, Daniel. Yeah, I'll keep doing them as much as I possibly can. I'm almost getting to the point where I'm running out of things to talk about, but I'm going to do, I've got the Apple Watch, so I'm going to be doing some videos on the Tesla Watch app, the speed boost. I'm going to be buying that, doing that. I'm going to do my year review. It's coming up to a year since I've had the car, over 10,000 miles, nearly 11,000 miles. So I'll do a review on that as well, just my full ownership. Any questions, you know, let me know. I'll try and answer that. And also one about not owning a home charger. I think a lot of people would like to know that. I've never seen a video on someone who's just got throughout the whole year without a home charger. So I'm going to do a video on that as well. So Benjamin, really enjoy your videos. Thanks for all the hard work. Really appreciate it. I appreciate all the kind comments from everyone. It's really nice, actually. And I like it that we're kind of creating a little community here. You know, we can just talk to each other in the comments, and other owners can talk back and forth. So I really love it. So what, hey Paul, what editing software am I using, and am I on a Mac or a PC? So I'm on a Mac, and this is Editor's Keys SL600 USB microphone. I'm using a Sony a7S III camera, and I edit on Final Cut Pro. I do actually edit sometimes. If I'm in a bit of a rush, I'll edit even on the iPhone. There's a little app called LumaFusion, which is pretty good, or even iMovie if I'm in a real rush. But yeah, on Final Cut usually. And I have quite a few different cameras. So I've got, I don't know if you've seen all the videos, but I use this, the main camera. I film a lot on the iPhone actually, and the iPhone's so good now, you can barely tell the difference between these sometimes. A DJI Pocket, which is like a little pocket thing with a gimbal, and an Insta360, which is a 360-degree camera. I don't use that all the time because the quality is a bit trash, to be honest. Darren, love your videos, Mark, because it's not the typical fanboy stuff. Thanks. Yeah, I try and keep it like that. At first, I felt like I was being a bit negative, and I was trying to edit out some of the comments, but I thought, what the hell, just leave them in. I'm sure most people feel the same. So thank you, appreciate that. Thanks, Paul. Really appreciate the kind words. So yeah, I mean, why don't we go on to, I guess, to business now. I'll talk about kind of what I do, and obviously, if you've got any questions about the YouTube side of things, or any questions about business side of things too, or I could just sort of generally talk about it as well, so it's interesting even if you don't have a business. So yeah, I've got a couple of businesses. So Editor's Keys is the main one. So we create editing keyboards, and I haven't got any about at the moment. Editing keyboards, and so I started that. So essentially, an editing keyboard is like a shortcut keyboard for programs like Final Cut, Premiere, all of the editing tools. And I used to actually be a floor manager for Trisha, Jeremy Kyle show, a few other talk shows. And so I did Editors Keys as a spare time thing. I always wanted a shortcut keyboard for myself, and created them. And I was just selling them on eBay with a friend, and we started off with sticker sets, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And you know, anyone who's worked in TV will tell you it's like feast or famine. You either have like lots of work for a few months, or you have none at all. There's no holiday pay, there's no sickness pay or anything like that. So I knew I really had to get into doing the business. So Editors Keys started from, again, a passion of wanting something myself, building it out, and then sort of growing it as a business. So started in 2005, and then more recently, if you've seen all my videos on the channel, you know I've talked about starting a new business from scratch, showing you how I come up with all the branding, showing you how we source the products, doing the videos, all that kind of stuff. And actually, so this is the new brand. It's called Buckle and Band, and we're doing Apple Watch straps. So is there one in there? There's a black one in there. So I've been building this over about the past 8 months or so. There's another one there, like you can see, nice little suede leather one. So these are Apple Watch straps. The brand is Buckle and Band, and the plan for the videos on the channel and the business playlists is to show you like how me and the small team have come up with the business, created the logos, created the brand, sourced products. Everything is from scratch. So all the packaging you can see here we've designed, all the things have been sourced ourselves, built ourselves, website built by ourselves, and obviously some freelancers and stuff as well. Google ads, YouTube ads, everything. I'm going to sort of break down the whole thing. So I was going to do it with Editors Keys, but I was thinking I've been doing that for 10 years. So I've either forgot some things or things have really changed. When I first started that on Editors Keys, online business, we used to accept checks. I mean, that's how old it is and how old I am, showing me age now. Started that in 2005. So I thought it'd be good to start with a fresh idea. And then also people can't say it's easy because you've been doing it for ages and you've got this budget. You know, we're starting it from nothing with no money, this new business, and growing it like I did the first one. So check out buckleandband.com if you want to check it out. Real products, really good straps for Apple Watch, but we're also going to show you the process on there. So I'll keep going with these. Paul, is Final Cut Pro worth £300 over the iMovie software? Yes and no. Yes, I think yes, if you want to do much more advanced things. You can do tracking and things like that. You can do advanced color correction. I would say for average YouTube videos, no, not really. I'd say it's more in the filming techniques and the actual edits, you know, plopping the clips together that make the biggest amount of difference. Because as I say, I've done some of the videos on iMovie on an iPhone when I've just been at my mum's house and I've gone down, forgot to take my Mac. And you probably, I don't, most people could even tell. I just find Final Cut easy because I've been used to it, but it's worth it because it's a one-off payment, and I think good if you're doing, like, imagine from your channel name, you're going to be doing lots of videos, so it could be a really good investment, I think, to be honest. I've always wondered about the iPhone experience with the Tesla. No CarPlay, Apple Maps, not sure if they're there's a real good built-in system in the Tesla, to be honest, so I wouldn't worry about it. It's not as bad as everyone says. It's actually a pretty damn good system, to be honest. Enjoy the Tesla vids, Stockdale, thank you. I know it takes time to put the vids together. It does spoil a holiday, doesn't it, carting all the kit about? Yeah, it sure does. Luckily my wife is into she's got a production company, so she doesn't mind as much, but you know, she's the one who holds the camera for me and stuff, so she is like, can't we just drive somewhere? I'm like, no, we've got to film it, come on, we've got to film it. So yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Look forward to the Apple Watch video, Mark. Have my eye on that. Just trying to convince myself it's a legitimate business expense. Do you mean the app or the strap? The straps are definitely worth an investment. Definitely worth it. The app is £10. Obviously, I'll go into it more in the actual video, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think they've added so much functionality to the iPhone app that you definitely don't need it, but it's like one of those nice to haves, you know. Thanks, Benjamin. Awesome, and the straps look great. Thank you very much. Stockdale, do I use Resolve? I have done, but I tend to use Final Cut Pro and or Premiere or LumaFusion for the iPad. Benjamin, I've got my own business and there's so much involved in the setting up, being here for 5 years now, and I missed the start phase. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And The early years are the best years because they are the years where you're struggling the most and you're not sure if something's going to work and you're putting in all the hours in and you don't have to spare money to pay for like lavish advertising and stuff. So yeah, I agree definitely. Wow, just jumps over my question. Sorry, I didn't see your question. Comment again. It's because I've got so many flooding in there. It's in the streaming software I'm using. It's just kind of going past it. But pop that question in again, and I'll answer it for you. Golf and Tesla. Let me know. Oh, Daniel, the actual Apple Watch. Definitely get an Apple Watch. Honestly, really good for fitness. For business, and I really would recommend them. I am into traditional watches, and it's actually the reason I created Buckle and Band, is because I don't like, when I'm going out on a night out and stuff, having like a techie looking thing on my wrist, silicone strap and all that. So I want to create some straps that actually look like, you can't really see this, look like real, well, they are real leather straps. So that it just sort of turns it from a tech piece to a kind of more of a timepiece looking thing. And if you match it with the right watch face, it can actually look quite realistic. Obviously, everyone can tell it's an Apple Watch, but it just feels nicer, you know. Golf and Tesla. I'm going to try and, you haven't put your comment in, so I'm going to go back and find it. Let me see. Here we go. Will my new Tesla M3 long range have a Ryzen chip? To be honest, I really don't know. I don't know. I've heard pros and cons. The chip is more powerful, but it uses more power, so you have less range. And I think it's only by a couple of miles. But everyone comment in this, but I don't think the system in the Tesla is really slow. You know, so I don't know what advantages there would be. Maybe it might improve autopilot, which would be good. But I honestly don't know on that one. I don't know even if Tesla would tell you, but yeah, it'd be good to know. Oh, you're welcome. So yeah, that's the plan for the channel. More Tesla videos, more business videos, and if there's anything, because I know, like, I'm going to be flitting around, there's going to be people who've got a Tesla who just don't care about the business side of things, but if there's something you would like to know, you know, I know there's a whole host of things. It might be like social media. Maybe you just want to grow your social media for your own following. Maybe you want to just learn how to do something for businesses. Maybe you've got a service that you could provide other people. Maybe you want to change careers. Maybe you're thinking of setting up a business or working for a business and you're scared of leaving your job and you want some talk there. You know, happy to go over that as like someone who's been employed, freelanced, and had my own business. I might be able to kind of do some content on that. Also, if you have a small business, I can talk you through like the pitfalls of doing things like YouTube ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, because I think you can get into like this rabbit hole on YouTube of searching for something, and you get the gurus who are like, turn $5 into $5 million with my ad course, and you just, you know, so I kind of want to steer away from that. I want it to be completely real. It's not drop shipping. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's just business tips, you know. So let's get some more questions. Tesla said to me on the phone last week that the Model 3 will come with a new chip. Okay, that's cool. I'd love to know what's different. I guess, you know, autopilot's doing so many computational things that it's surely going to improve autopilot, you would think. The actual speed of the interior stuff, it's pretty fast. Is it? You know, there's no delay. Probably will be a delay now they do the new chip, so we have to upgrade the cars. But probably do an Apple on us, won't they? You've seen it help with delay of the blind spot camera and the maps loading quicker. That would be good. I really hope they change the maps. I really want Waze or at least anything other than just the top-down view of the sat nav. I don't know if you guys agree. I'd like to see more of a sat nav forward-facing view or 3D maps. I've seen the maps of the new Mercedes EQS, and they look really good. Or Apple Maps, you know, on CarPlay, 3D. You can, you know, it goes around the buildings. I think the Tesla ones are looking a little dated, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, so I've skipped a few questions here.
So we've answered this one already. We don't know, to be honest. We think actually, if you're in Netherlands, almost certainly, I think you will get the Model Y from Berlin because you're also left-hand drive, aren't you, in the Netherlands? I think it's the UK ones where we may still get them from China, but honestly, I don't really know, to be honest, on that. Um, Jesse, have all of your businesses been physical products based rather than software, and will your business content cover both? So, yeah, it's primarily physical products, keyboards, recording equipment, vocal booths, things like that. Obviously the watch straps are a physical product that we ship out, but on the other side, we have done digital products for editors' keys, like LUTs and looks for filmmakers, and I guess you could say that even the YouTube channel for editors' keys, and this one is in some ways a business. So I can talk over that as well. So yeah, I'd be happy to cover both areas on that. Antra, hello Mr. Brown, how was the Model Y ride? Most of the reviewers complaining about it. Very firm rides. To be honest, it was good. It was good. It's I've had a few sort of two-seater sports cars and things before this. They're always hard rides, and so the Model 3 actually for me felt like a smoother ride. The Model Y is as smooth as the Model 3, I'd say. I don't think it's any harder. It's a little bit louder in the cabin, but it's not any harder. It's good. It's good. So I wouldn't worry. It's a nice one. Golf and Tesla also a benchmark. Netflix takes 16 seconds to load old chip for a new. Okay, that's interesting. Need to upgrade the chip now. Mine, bloody hell. Yeah, it definitely needs 3D maps. I would really like that. Thank you very much, D. Thank you for that, Jesse. Thank you. Cool. So where are we now? So hide on stream. Jesse, thank you as well. So I don't know if you guys have got any more questions. What I was going to do, let's see. So look on the menu here. I've got some video. I did some, let's go back. I've got some sort of text bannery things. Actually, we're going to have these questions up. So next time, remind me. I've got these ticker things we can add. What's your opinion on the Model 3? We've kind of covered that. Or little graphics that can pop up as well. So I'm going to play around with this. This, by the way, is a software called Melon. So I don't know if any of you ever want to live stream. I've always been put off because you can either do it straight from your phone, which is a bit naff. Well, it's not naff. It's just you're limited on what you can kind of show. Or you've got things like OBS, which are pretty cool but quite advanced. So Melon is really, really simple. You just tap a button, it connects to your YouTube channel, and you can do all this stuff without any knowledge. I've not read any instructions or watched any videos. I'm just doing this for the first time now. Roy, any thoughts about catering for Android watches strap-wise? Also, do you accept donations for the channel? Oh, thanks very much. So in terms of the Android watches, yeah, definitely. We're going to look at the Fitbit, some of the main, what are they called, Android Wear watches. We just want to do the Apple Watches first, just because they're the most popular, and every series since Series 0 to Series 7 has the same connector. So it meant we could release a strap and it not be outdated straight away. But yeah, 100% we'll be doing that. In terms of donations, do you know what? I think, I'm not 100% sure. If you'd like to, thank you so much. I think you could. I think there was like a cash button or something under the comments and the questions. I think you can do it there. So if you'd like to, thank you very much. I will put it towards a charge and include your name in the next video where I go. So thank you very much. Really appreciate that, Roy. Thank you. Izzy, how long do you intend on keeping the Model 3? Good question. I'm one of these people. I've always had second-hand cars. Okay? I've never spent a lot on them because I always do a lot of miles. But I've always gone for like fun cars, like Mercedes SLK, Porsche Boxster. I had an F-Type, which was probably the most expensive one. But most of the other cars I've had have been like 10 to 15 grand, just used, high mileage, a bit of fun. But it meant I kind of chopped and changed quite rapidly, 6 to 10 months. The Tesla Model 3 I bought through my business. I think I will probably keep it for at least 3 years, at least until they change the shape drastically. I don't think I would upgrade at the moment for me, just for the chip or a new color trim. It's got to be like a big design change for me, or it'd have to be that I'd maybe want to upgrade to the the Y, S, or X. But the S, I'm not a huge fan of. The X is probably a little bit too big for me, and the Y, because it is so similar to a Model 3, I don't know if it's worth it for me. So I don't know. Probably 3 years at the moment. I would also be open. I just want to put out there. I would also be open as well. When I got the Tesla, there was no other options for good EVs at all. None. Now, you're getting kind of like Mercedes and Audi and BMW slowly bringing out their ones. I think the BMW ones look a bit dated and old. But as we're getting there, I would probably in a year or two consider other brands as well. Love the Tesla, but I probably would at least consider. I'd just definitely have a little look around. It's a good question. Golf Tesla, I love the Model 3 as a non-owner. I'm due to get mine Feb 14th to March 14th. It got pushed back. Oh, sorry to hear that, but at least you'll get the new chip, and you're going to love it. You're going to love the Tesla, I promise you. Smog Fokker. Got to be careful how I say that. Do you think we'll ever see the Cybertruck in the UK? I put my deposit down years ago. I don't know. I really don't know. Tesla have not got a good track record for charging you for something and then releasing it. Look at FSD. Look at the Roadster, which I think was announced in 2007, was it? Or no, sorry, 2013, 15, I'm not sure, about 7 years ago. Cybertruck, it's a very big car. I don't know. I don't even know if the lights and stuff will be road legal in the UK and Europe. So I don't know. I mean, surely they've thought about that, but I'm scaring you there, aren't I? Jesse, would you get the Model S? No, not for me. I think for that much money, there's nicer looking cars. I know it's got less range, but I would have the Porsche Taycan over the Model S. I just think similar sort of price, both 4 doors, both got quite big boots. I just think the Porsche looks nicer. I'd probably consider the Mercedes EQS or EQE or something like that as well over the Model S. For me, the Model S looks quite dated, just personally. I've had one as well when my car was in the garage for a week, the older one, and I honestly didn't like it, to be honest. So no, I wouldn't get one, but I can see why people do love them. I mean, they're a great car, but for me, no. Yeah, the Lucid Air does look very good. I would like the Roadster. I definitely would like the Roadster. Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Roy. Thank you much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. I will put it to good causes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Love your videos. I have my Model 3 on order, expecting delivery end of March. Great, Paz. You are going to love it. You're going to love it. Obviously, check out the channel I've done videos since Pickup Collection Day. There's a checklist there. If you want to download the checklist, check out that video. I put like a written checklist that you can print out. So when you pick up your car, there's like everything to check, from the lights, the seat belts, buttons, boom, 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 everything. So that might be a handy video for you and anyone else who's watching who's picking up their car. Yeah, I've done road trips, the charging things, the apps you need. I just wanted to cover every question that I had, and obviously I've either found out a lot of this by myself or from some of the great Tesla groups on Facebook. I warn you, there are a lot of fanboys out there, so sometimes if you ask a question that they feel like they've answered 10 times, they'll get annoyed and rip you in the comments. But it's a great place. There's some fantastic people in there that can help you with questions as well, so I think you're really going to love it. So really appreciate that. Thank you. So any more questions? What are we up to now? Nearly an hour, so maybe take a couple more questions and then we'll possibly call it a night for tonight. I'll get back home, leave the office, and go get some dinner. But let me know as well in the comments afterwards if you think these live streams are rubbish or worth doing again. I just thought, as I haven't filmed any content this week, I'd jump on, answer some questions. And I know a lot of people have questions about the Model 3, the Model Y. Just owning a car, owning the Tesla, it's handy. And I like speaking to you guys. It's great to hear your opinions as well. So yeah, you're welcome very much. Welcome very much. You're welcome, and thank you very much. Yeah, I thought it'd just be great. So I'll give it a couple of more minutes. Any more questions, please ask them, and if not, we'll dive out and I'll bid farewell for the evening. But thank you, Daniel. keep them going. So I'll try and keep, I think what I'll do with the live streams is I'll try and do it like well ahead of time. This time I was just really practicing out this. Thought I'd comment on the Model Y, but maybe we'll plan it like a few weeks in advance. So I'll think of some way of doing it so we can all chip in or think of questions, and then we can all answer kind of together as well. Within this software, if any of you want to do this, by the way, I can invite people in. So if any of you want to join me in a live stream to answer question, ask question, join me for 5 minutes, we can have up to 28 people all at once or one at a time with the software. So yeah, let me know. I've just skipped some questions there. So is the public charging costing a fortune as you don't have a home charger? Not really, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by this, but when I first got the car, all the BEV chargers in Manchester were completely free. So for my first year of charging, I had some referral miles as well from doing these videos. Thank you. And all the public charging in Manchester was free. So my first 6 months of ownership, I don't think I spent a penny on fuel at all. And other than the superchargers, which I only used a handful of times, all the public chargers were free. So it's been pretty cheap that side. Now none of them are free. To be honest, a lot of them are like, the BEV ones are only 25p per kilowatt, so they're not that, they're only a few pence now more than home charging anyway, unless you've got like a really good night tariff where you can get like 5p overnight charge. What else? And yeah, no, so it hasn't been too bad. Obviously a bit more expensive than charging at home, but I bought the Tesla through the business, so I can put the charging through the business. Handy tip if you've got a business as well. So not too bad. Darren, this has been a good live stream for me. You've answered everything. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Darren. Roy, thank you. Last one. When is the next video coming? So the next video, I'm planning on doing the one about the Watch app for Tesla, and that's an app you can get for your Apple Watch where you can control your car. You can also use Siri shortcuts. So one thing I found really cool actually is you can be walking up to your car with shopping bags and you can say, hey, open the boot, and it will open the boot. So you don't have to get your hands in your pockets. So it's been really cool for that. It also has like a little compass on it, which if you're in a big car park, it can just, if you've forgotten where you've parked, it can like point you in the direction as well to the car, which is quite cool. So lots of little things, which it was quite cool. It's just a one-off cost of about £9 as well. So I'll be doing that one next if I can. And then it'll probably be my 1 year review, I think I'll be planning. It's just been raining a lot here, so I haven't had a lot of chance. Thank you, Roy. Paul, will I be doing any more videos on shares? I've got to be so careful, actually. I had actually had a lawyer contact me after that. Not to threaten legal action, but just as a like kind word of advice that even though I say it's not financial advice, in the UK it's a lot harder to put out videos even when you say it's not financial advice. So I think I've got to word it. I'm going to have to really write the script and word it in a way where I'm really 100% not providing any financial advice, because I'm not. I mean, I'm a moron who's buying shares. I'm not a financial advisor, so I need to look into that. I do want to do another one though, especially now the markets are crashing. This is not financial advice, but it's an interesting time to get into shares. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Asboss63, thank you. Paz, do you feel that there can be more of a drive to get public chargers installed? Yeah, I think so. I'm seeing a huge increase, and I think as we get closer to that 2030 mark, when all new car companies are going to have to stop producing petrol cars and diesel cars, I think there's going to be a sudden boost. Because I think for the companies, why not? I mean, I don't get why. BP are doing it a bit, but when you go past an Esso, a BP garage, all these petrol stations, barely any petrol stations have electric chargers in them. And I think they're really missing a trick, because a lot of them have coffee shops in now. Why not become an EV destination as well? Just put a couple of chargers in around the back. At least the person can go in and sit and have a coffee, and you can make some money off them. So yeah, I think they're missing a trick there. Highland Rider, hello. With the growth of electric chargers, is charging anxiety replacing range anxiety? That's a very good point. Yeah, I would agree with you there, because I'm not having charge anxiety. I know there's going to be charges, But I've had a lot of times recently where, especially before Christmas, where the superchargers were full. And luckily someone pulled out just as I turned up, but they were completely full. In Norwich, there's 5 chargers in the car parks. I turned up, they were all full. So yeah, I do think it's going to be more of an issue of demand rather than is there a charger, which is what it was when I first got the car. So yeah, really good point. Really good point. Appreciate you not saying the S word there. My house would have gone mental. You're welcome. I must have just said that accidentally. Sorry. Andy, great Q&A. Mark, the new software worked well. Thank you. Glad it did. Hope the quality of the video is okay as well, because obviously I'm just seeing kind of like a real stream rather than the stream. So I hope it's all good. Thanks, Andy. Darren, I'm going to be going to the Trafford Centre in the next few weeks for a test drive. I only live in Poulton, so I'll let you know. Pop and say hello if you're about. Yeah, will do. And good luck with the test drive. I hope you enjoy it. If you can, try and pick early in the morning, because traffic, as you know, can be terrible around there. Don't say my name again. Set up when I was young and immature. Old and immature now, but love the channel. Okay, you've got it. Toby and James bought a Model Y in November and UK. November UK. And Tesla says it'll be coming in March, possibly coming from Giga Berlin, or would it be Shanghai? So I mentioned this earlier. Yeah, I think it's going to be China, which isn't a bad thing because all the China cars so far have been really good. So could be Berlin, but I think it'll probably be China. The one I test drove was from China as well. So yeah, there we go. That is... Oh, Daniel, missed one from you, sorry. Daniel, Gridserve Essex was a great visit. Yeah, I really want to test that out. They're building one just outside of Norwich. And it looks very similar to the one in Essex, where just tons of chargers, coffee shop, W.H. Smith's in there. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's half the problem with some of the chargers. There's just nothing to do, is there? Or there isn't a decent place to sit for half an hour. I wouldn't even mind driving somewhere and using my laptop for work. So yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it out, and glad to hear it was good. I'll take this as the last question from Mad Mike. You sort your boot gap out. My boot has been fine. Now it's getting warmer. Yeah, so I mentioned this earlier. I think it's because the car was sitting at an angle when I looked back at it. Because when I got to work, I didn't take a look, and then the next day I realised it was kind of looking okay. It is a little bit close, but as Tesla fanboys would say, it's definitely within spec. So yeah, I think it's okay. I'm going to keep an eye on it though. It's definitely not touching it, but it's quite close. So there we go. I'm going to end it there, guys. So thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much for your support on the channel. Thank you, Roy, for the little donation there as well. I really do appreciate that. And I just want to say thanks to everyone, especially if you've made it this far, watching an hour-long live video. I really do appreciate it. Loads of videos to come. Thank you again, and I'll see you all in the next one.